Hello everyone, so today I'm going to review my Build-A-Figure Sentinel from Toy Biz back in 2005, 2006. So there he is in all of his glory. He is a big boy, as you can see. He's around 14 inches, so he's a pretty big guy. So let's take a close-up to appreciate this massive Build-A-Figure. So let's start from his feet. It's got this nice paint job. Kind of has this metallic blue with some metallic purple. I don't know if you're seeing it right here in the light, but oh, there it is. It's got all these nice sculpting details. All these little sinews and little cables. There he is. Cables and pistons molded in there. Very good. In his legs, in his inner thigh. You can see it in the back of his hips, sort of here. You can see it over there behind his knees. He's ratcheted, by the way, and I just appreciate all the detailing they put. All these cables inside the armor. Really solid figure. Mine rattles a bit. Something must have come loose inside, but it's fine. That's his the soles of his feet. He's got what appear to be rocket thrusters, because this guy does fly in the comic book. So very nicely done. That's the back of his spine. He's got all those nice detailing. His arms. Lots of those little cables with those little... Yeah, lots of cables. You can really see the detailing over there. He's just full of wiring and cable inside, like titanium cables, I'd imagine. There he is in the bicep. This flap goes up to reveal that. There is his face. Mine is the green-eyed. This one's a green-eyed, so I don't know. Back in the day, there was a comic book, or in some of the cartoons, the green-eyed Sentinels were like the tame Sentinels, in the sense that they became allies. A green-eyed Sentinel became an ally of one of the X-Men or one of the mutants. I'm not sure if this represents that, because normally they're red-eyed, but this BAF is green-eyed. There, nice detailing on his face. He looks like a dude in a snow cap. He's got this little energy source over there. He's got little openings in his hands, because you know he's got his tentacles. I don't screw them on, but you could screw them on here, so I have them kept somewhere. So that is my Build-A-Figure. I got him by slowly each part comes with certain figures. Like, if I remember right, the right leg, I think, came from Sinister, and the left leg came from Angel, or maybe it's vice versa, but the legs came from Angel and Sinister. Mystique and Omega Red each came with a torso, so I actually got an extra torso over there. Lower torso. This upper torso and head came with Spider-Man, and Cyclops and Black Panther came with the arms. So that's how I finally got this Build-A-Figure. He is comprised of the pieces from 6 figures, with Mystique and Omega Red having the same part. But I ended up getting both of them anyway, so I've got extra abs for him. So speaking of abs, there is his 8-pack. And we can get to the articulation. So first, he can turn at the waist. He can tilt and rotate at the chest. Pretty cool. That's all the movements you can get. His head spins all around. Over there. And it's kind of in a ball socket, so you can do minor movements. You could make him look downward. He's got these little armor flaps. His arm is ratcheted. That's pretty cool, so he can hold a pose. Mine are pretty tight. This one spins around as well on the bicep. He's got single jointed elbows that are ratcheted too. Mine are pretty tight. Twist his arms. Twist his wrists, I mean. Individually posable fingers. Pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index, thumb. So they're jointed, which is pretty cool. He can spin around at the thigh. He's got double jointed knees, which are also ratcheted, so you could get him into unique poses. Although, you know, well, this guy pretty much just imposingly walks, and that's about it. Some very slight articulation in his bulbous feet and ankles. So over here. So that's the articulation he has, and overall it's a very nice and massive figure. So if you guys are wondering how this guy scales up at some of the Toy Biz figures, here he is next to my 6-inch face-off Wolverine. Roughly 6 inches. Wolverine is short, so he's around 5 inches. I guess Gambit's a better comparison. He's more of a 6-inch figure. So they sort of come up to his knees. Now, I think in the X-Men, so I guess if this were in real life, this is roughly below 20 feet robot, roughly. Whereas in the show, I guess it's around 30 feet, like 3 stories, roughly. So I guess this thing goes better with the 3.75-inch scale Marvel Universe figures. But, you know, I'm not really too strict on scale when it comes to Sentinel. So for me, he sizes pretty well with Marvel Legends. So that's him with my old school Toy Biz Marvel Legends over there. So as mentioned, he can go pretty well too if you have 3.75-inch figures like G.I. Joe sized figures. Because I don't know, sometimes in the cartoon, Sentinel looks really massive. So this is Wolverine once again, my 3.75-inch Wolverine. So, you know, stack Wolverines up together. This guy's roughly 30 feet. And it scales pretty good. And it looks actually better if you let him hold Wolverine, kind of like this. So I guess if you were to follow the comic book or the cartoon, he would scale better with the 3 Marvel universes. But he still looks pretty good with the Marvel Legends. So there he is. My final thoughts on this behemoth is it's one of my favorite toys I've ever collected. So I skipped a lot of lunches to get this guy back in my school days so I could buy the figures individually comprising him. So it started off with Angel, and I got his leg, and I said it's pretty cool to have this leg, but I don't intend to buy any other figures after Angel. So I thought I got that around Christmas, and then one thing led to another. I couldn't help myself. I ended up finding Sinister, whereas in my parts, Sinister is the rarest. So once I had the rarest part, which was the leg, I figured I had a shot at completing him. So month by month, I got the parts. Fortunately, Spider-Man, I believe Spider-Man and Cyclops were buy one, take one. So I got 2 for the price of 1, or they were heavily discounted. But I eventually completed the Sentinel. I basically started off with the legs, and then I got Omega Red, and then Spider-Man, and then the arms came after. And yeah, my final piece to complete him was Black Panther. But I believe I used Mystique's torso, because Mystique was the final figure I got, and she somehow had a torso that had better movement. So my Omega Red's torso is still somewhere there kept. But yeah, I was very happy to get this figure. He's a very solid base, very solid on the legs, so he stands pretty well. This guy toppled over many times growing up, but you know, it's pretty durable, so no major damage happened to him, and he's still in pretty pristine condition. I dusted him off and wiped him up, and now I keep him in plastic, but before he was really just hanging out in my room looking all badass. So this was one of my favorite toys when I was younger, and I was really glad to have completed him. So there he is. That's my Toy Biz Build-A-Figure Sentinel.